who is interested to see what went bad on this engine, because I'm about to disassemble it and take a look on the carnage inside. And the first step is gonna be the oil drain. Let's do that. Okay, go ahead. Вниз. More. Okay, one moment. Oh, good job. Hold on. And
oh my goodness.
And
Go, go, go.
yeah.
Yay, oil.
Well,
But
what?
does it look like it's freeze? Like
Yeah. Like it's frozen. Okay.
what is that oil?
Oil.
Ooh. Hey, there's some oil on here.
Alright, there is no water in the oil. Interesting. Good, yeah. Good job.
It's gonna making me crazy.
Good. Good.
Cut it out.
Good. Yeah, good job. Alright. Not on the floor.
Hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
Very hot.
Huh? Good. Ooh. And just removed the exhaust manifold, and it's quite a lot of water shoot down from there, like a water oily mix, or actually probably the water that cleaned up some carbon buildup in the ports. There is some kind of carbon buildup right in here as well. Is it the EGR system? I'm not sure. Most likely something like that. A lot of carbon in there. Those 4 ports here were fairly cleaned. Those 2 were, you know, not completely clogged, but you know, like probably 50% of the orifice was clogged. Okay, I'm gonna continue to strip the good parts from the engine that I can resell, like AC compressor, power steering pump, and okay, this pulley is quite, or actually idler. How is the this one is normal. Pump, the water pump got some play in it, so it's not good. It's gonna go to trash. This one is slightly noisy, but yeah, let's continue to dive. Yeah, the water pump got some play in it. Not much, but slight. I already got some preliminary results. There is the extra opening right there into the block, and actually right below. But yeah, this what caught my eye so far. So we are on the right track, guys. Let's keep wrenching. Окей. Только не кидаю, да. Оп. Видишь, там я? Ага. Еще? Давай. Все. That's it.
What about this?
Yes, this too. Well, some signs of water.
So we need water.
No, we don't need water for sure. Alright, how the ports? Good. 50%. Let's remove most of the wiring. I continue my dive into this engine. And just curiosity for, I wanted to see the timing, and if I'm not mistaken, the timing is supposed to be checked with the 40 degrees corresponding to, you know, to this mark, 40 degrees on this crankcase pulley. And then we are looking for those two notches right there. I'm not sure if you can see them. They should correspond to this a line when the cover meets the head, and then those two dots supposed to correspond to this one dot right here. So this one dot is in between of those two dots, and this on this side there is the dot right there. Possibly you can see it or not, and it's also should correspond to this line, so it's one straight line. So this is in time. Same thing on this side, the dot is right there, it corresponds to this line where the cover meets the head. Those this one dot corresponds to this kind of middle of those two dots, and plus there are two lines right there corresponding to this line, and it's everything is just one line here. So this engine is in fact in time. The next thing I would like to do is to remove this separator, undo the cover bolts, and maybe undo those bolts as well. Same thing on the other side. I am not very familiar with those engines in terms of how the timing works and what needs to be disassembled before what, so I will go, you know, as it goes. What I do know that those two bolts are fastened in a different way. So one of them is righty tighty, the other one is lefty tighty, and let's figure out which one. Okay. It's very tight, so I'm probably gonna need to. Oh, okay. So this one is righty loosey. So this one gonna be lefty loosey. And let's. Oh no. So yeah. Let's remove those bolts. All right. So bolts are virtually the same except the direction of the thread. And this is the wheel for the sensor. So those you know, 4 openings are for the sensor to read, to find out what is the location of the exhaust cam. And same thing with that one, it's got dimples there and there, and they are not the same, as you can see. And I bet the other bank will have them like in a mirror finish. Let me check. Actually, that's exactly the same. I thought it's gonna be kind of totally opposite. Alright, but anyway, AR, ER, the letters are indicating it's for the right side, and EL, AL are the letters on the other bank. Alright, and here in the bottom, right here, there is a tensioner, and every time the tensioner is removed, as far as I know, it needs to be replaced. Alright, there's the tensioner. Yeah, so on that model, the replacement of the tensioner chain tensioner is fairly simple. I guess it's just one tensioner, only on the passenger side. Now let's remove the cover, and in order to remove the cover we're gonna need to remove the separator in the back first. It's just 4 bolts. Remember, we replaced the separator on the engine that we just installed on the Mercedes. Remove. Let's undo the cover and see what's underneath. Fun fact, if you open the cover and you damage the cover for any reason, you need to replace the whole head, because the cover is matched to the head. Missed another bolt. Okay. Let's take a look. It's got some scoring. It's definitely not the best looking. Okay, let's undo those. Can we remove or we need to remove the okay, we can remove it just like that. And actually we also possibly could remove the we could remove the adjuster wheel as well. There is one pin goes into the hole, so there is only one position of this part how it could be installed. Alright, so you can see, maybe you can see those lines. I think it's got somewhere on it and it's gonna go to trash. Okay, that's the different day. I continue with the assembling, and then the next thing I would like to do is to remove the pins that are holding the chain guides in place. Stupid design, really, I don't know why they did it, but regardless, that's what I did. I put like M6 screw. There is a thread inside the pin, and you need to use like reverse hammer or linear hammer, whatever is being called, and sometimes those pins may get stuck. So this is how the pin looks like. I don't know really. You need to disassemble the full front of the cartridge, kind of to get the access, you know, to this area, to use like the slide pin or something. I don't know. So do we have enough slack on the chain now so we could remove the phaser? We need to remove the phaser to get the access to the screw that goes right in there and holds the front cover of the engine. And with the phaser in place, I can't get any tools in there, and I could not remove the phaser because the chain was tight and it did not allow me to remove it. So I'm not sure if there is any way to remove. Probably no. Don't think I can remove this chain guide, but at least it removed the tension from the spring, and there is one more pin for another chain guide, which is on the, hold a second, let me see, maybe it's gonna be enough slack just like that. Oops. It's almost enough, but not 100% enough. And now it's super hard to put it back on the camshaft. So probably I'm gonna need to remove the other pin that holds you know, the second chain guide in place. Ouch. Finally. That's ridiculous. Really. You know what I can do? I can remove the intake camshaft now. But really curious how you install it back. It's like, how? Oh, all right. One of the guys is out. Maybe now. All right. What about this guy? I probably cannot remove it. Looks like I cannot. But anyway, I just got the access to 2 screws that holds the front cover in place. That's actually ridiculous. Let's repeat the same procedure with the guide pins on the driver's side. I already slightly pulled them out, actually they pulled out much easier than the passenger side. In other words, should that engine would require any of the timing work done, or I don't know, the heads to be pulled, no way I will do that. I'll simply replace the engine. It's not worth the time. Those engines are fairly cheap, and I don't know, it's absolutely not worth the effort trying to get it fixed. But as you know, we do it because of the scientific purposes. Let's carefully remove the intake cam. It's got some wear, but it's definitely not bad at all. I would replace it. I mean, I would reinstall it with no extra work, just cleaning. That's it. From now, you know, let's do the other side as well. It's actually pretty clean in here. No extra wear on the loops. I think the impact should be the most suitable tool for here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically, to remove the exhaust cam or sprocket, there is the pin you need to insert, like there is the hole, and it's gonna keep those two sprockets in line, but I guess we don't need to worry about it, because right now you can see they're no longer in line. Let's see what's gonna take to take this thing out. There is almost no chain slack on this side. Oh, such a design. I rotated the crank slightly and it provided enough slack to remove okay. There are a couple scratch marks on this one, but again nothing too serious. So you can see those two bolts, 1, 2, I think you can see them, 1 and 2 right here, and those are the ones that holding the front cover in place. We're gonna need a magnet to retrieve this bolt. Okay, and again 2 bolts that were hidden by the phaser. Can I reach it? No. All right, got it. And I'm not sure what that part is. Let's check it out. Maybe that's something related to the intermediate shaft or not. I don't know. Is it possible to get it off? Ooh, a little more oil. Interesting, what's that? Our front cover technically should be free by now, I think. I don't see any other bolts. It's been disconnecting from the oil pan. Let's give it a couple taps with the hammer. Let's see. I definitely can hear the different tone. It's like a started to move, but I'm not really sure. Maybe something else is holding us and I don't see it. I really do not see any other screws. Interesting. It moves back and forth. It's maybe the silicone that's what's holding it on the upper oil pan, or I don't know what is. Those two bolts removed. Okay, it's moving. It's moving, guys. Probably it's gonna be a good idea to put a bolt somewhere, kind of to hold it from flying. Not long enough. There you go. There you go. Whew. Oil pump chain. And this is the chain that we kind of loosened. This is the intermediate shaft. It looks to me that in order to properly seal this front plate, you need to remove the upper oil pan, because it's impossible to put the RTV in here and, you know, align everything. It's not gonna work, I think, or at least whatever. We're moving into the right direction. The next thing I would like to do, so we cannot remove the chain guide when we have the head in place. Same thing with this one. We cannot remove it either. So the next thing, we're gonna pull the heads out. All right, let's try to pull the bolts, the head bolts. I only have half inch, I'm sorry, 3/8 E14 socket, so hopefully I won't break the adapter. Oh, looks like it's not as tight. This one is tight. Let's take the head bolts out. I guess now's the moment we've been waiting for. Hopefully it's not too heavy. Yep. Okay. The head is out. All right. On the first side, all the pistons looks fine. A lot of carbon buildup. Some wear on the cylinder walls. Actually, let me put the crank pulley or crank bolt back in there and I'll rotate the crank. See. A little wear on the top. What about this one? Yeah, there is the wear right here. Hopefully you can see it right here, the scratches. Yeah, it's definitely not the perfect shape, but let's go ahead now and remove the other head. Alright, second head. Yeah. Whoa. One, two. This one was super tight. This one was almost loose. Super tight. Pretty tight. Almost loose. Super tight. Alright, let's get to the power tools then. Let's retrieve the bolts. 1, 2. Come on, come out. Alright, do we need a hammer? No, it's already loose enough. One momento. Okay. Okay, so I definitely can see. Interesting if it's a water or it's the penetrating oil that we sprayed. Remember last time? A lot of corrosion build up in here. Okay, it's not too bad, but you guys see anything? Because I do see indeed. You see those indentations for the valves, how parallel they are, and this guy is not too parallel. He's decided to live a happy life. Okay, let's try to rotate the crank again. Cylinder disconnection system right in here. Mercedes, you did it. I never knew there is such a system present on M272 engines. Nice. I wonder if a mechanic in a bottle or in a can would fix this issue or not. Doubtful. Going in. Up and locked. What about the other side? The other side, the bolts unscrewed. But alright, don't go anywhere, because we're gonna disassemble the lower end as well to see what's inside. And I'm gonna undo the lower oil pan. And Mercedes thought about the guy who will be undoing this cover, so they actually installed one nut that we can use to pry there we go. All right. Did I leave any bolts? It's fairly tight. Interesting. I don't see where it's holding. No, it's just tight. RTV. Alright. That's our pickup. And probably sensor for the oil level or temperature, whatever it is. We can undo the upper oil pan at that moment, and probably we're gonna undo this sensor. All right. Okay, let's continue. Interestingly enough, there are no any chunks in the pickup tube. It's fairly clean. And I think there should be one more bolt in this puddle of oil, so I will rotate the engine slightly to drain this oil. Good moment to retrieve the bolts. And there we go. One bolt was for the sensor, I guess. Let me check if I can retrieve it. I think it should go. All right, that's the sensor. And some more napkins. This bolt looks like those are two final bolts for the upper oil pan. It's fairly clean in here. A little bit of sludge. I'm gonna put one bolt back in place so it doesn't fall on me. Let's check if it's gonna be enough to hammer it slightly. I do not see any more bolts, but looks like something is still holding us. Nope, nothing is holding us, it's just the RTV. Okay, let's drain the residual oil. We have a broken pickup tube right here. As you can see, the chunks of this plastic tube are here. Let's continue. Let's remove the pickup. Alright, yeah, the pickup is destroyed. Some metal chunks inside. Alright, let's remove this, and I guess it's called baffle plate. So this baffle plate was also molested with the rod, and I guess that's what we all been waiting for. That's our offender disconnected, or permanently disconnected connecting rod. Okay, let's continue. I would like to get to the truth. Let's start maybe with the cylinder number, whatever is closer to the back of the engine. All right. Dirty rag, but it's pretty there is some wear on the bearing, but it's like a surface wear. It's pretty good actually. Let's check if we can all right, that's our piston. By the way, the bearing looks slightly scored. Just, yeah, the piston looks great here, looks great here. All the rings are fine. Alright. Bearing about the same condition as the other one. Let's remove the head gasket again. some wear on the piston. One ring is okay, the other ring is actually cooked. The oil pickup ring is okay. About the same condition as the other ones. That's pretty good. Both rings are fine. Oil pickup ring is fine too. Almost no wear on the skirts. Same wear as the other ones. All right. Again, the first ring is cooked. The second ring is fine. It's almost no wear, just slight scratches. This part has some wear on it. I guess this one got slightly more wear than the other ones. The upper ring is cooked. Some parts, I guess that's from the pickup tube. So the second ring was kind of partially cooked. The first ring is cooked. Oil pickup ring is okay. And that's the star of the show. Okay. Upper part and lower part. Yeah, this one got scratch marks, however not horrible, but yeah, this one is down to the copper at one spot. It was the part that was coming to the piston. Let me try to get the piston out. Have more space now, and it was not stuck last time we tried. All right, the piston is slightly molested, but nothing is on the On the working side, I don't see any marks. The lower ring is partially cooked, but yeah, now it moves. The upper ring is okay. Okay, now all the rings are moving. Alright, so yeah, that's the carnage. Let's take the oil pump out. There is the chain right here with the tensioner, and I think if I will undo those 3 bolts, I can slide everything along with this kind of sprocket. So we'll check it out if it's gonna work like that. 1, 2, 3. Oil pump is loose. Let me swing from the other side. I'm gonna remove the guides. I'm gonna free up the chain. Come on. Okay, the oil pump. Since there I found like parts of the plastic pickup tube inside, I would think this pump most likely is bad. Even, you know, it spins, doesn't have any strange sounds. I don't know. Okay, what about this thing? Right, that's the sprocket for the chain. That's the chain. Beautiful chain, actually. Okay. And now we can undo the bolts for the main caps holding the crank in place. Okay, let's see if it's easy enough to remove the main. Oh, how beautiful is it! Like there is almost no wear. Wow, you still can see like the machining. Okay, there is a little bit of wear, but absolutely minimal. Wow. Nice. Same story, a very nice finish. Come on. What's holding us? Oops. All right, we have what? Absolutely great. Couple scratches, but I guess it's just because I slightly hammered on it. We need to remove the rear cover actually. Alright, the rear cover is undone. This one got slightly more wear to it compared to other three, but still pretty nice. The last journal got, you know, some wear to it, and I guess it's because of the obvious reasons: disconnected rod and dangling piece. But the mains are absolutely great. Very minimal wear on them. Let me check if I'll be able to lift the crank. Oh, it's pretty heavy. Oh my god. So now you can see the carnage to the intermediate shaft right here. This squirter we saw broken, part of the sleeve is broken. There is a damage to the cylinder wall obviously, and this intermediate shaft is kind of stuck. I cannot rotate it. Let me find some pliers. Let's see if I'll be able to twist it. It locked solid. I don't know how. Hold a second. Let me put a pin to the stand. Like that, so you can see if anything's going to happen. Barely moves, just barely. Whoa. Whoa. I bet it's bent, and that's the reason it doesn't go as smoothly as it should. Okay, slowly but surely it's coming out. go. Yeah, it's slightly lost its shape, but it came out. I guess that's about it. There you have it. So nearly all but one cylinders looks pretty good. Yeah, this is the fender missing some chunks inside right there, you can see them, some scoring, twisted squirter, the other side looks actually really good except missing squirter and also chopped insert for the cylinder. So there is the aftermath of the assembly. I didn't show you the heads. There is nothing interesting in there since none of the pistons met with the heads. None of the pistons had any signs of the damage, you know, with the valves. So nothing to see there. A lot of parts. If you guys liked this kind of video, you probably remember I still have the engine with the same problem from Audi S4 2011 in my garage. It's been there like for more than a year, and if this video of that Mercedes engine you liked, let me know and I'll shoot the same video of tear down of Audi engine. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.